Good morning to all traders and welcome to this Tuesday's Market Insights video. The House has actually passed the bill yesterday, Monday. Calls from Mr. Trump were heard that the checks for the majority of the Americans of $600 were indeed very small. Now they passed the bill for $2,000 per check. And well, we just now have to wait for the Senate to approve it in order of this for this to be, of course, to come into effect. Markets extended to new highs in the US indexes. The Nike index did some 30 years high as well on the news, of course, and that, however, comes also around Christmas. So we need to take into account that we have a lot of dollar selling naturally, and also equities, of course, are rising, as known as the Thunder Rally, of course. So we need to take this upside with a bit of caution and keep an eye probably around the 2nd of January or so to see some sort of pullback, because since then we haven't actually seen something relatively effective, to be more precise. Now, the EU in China also are heading towards to having an actual deal and business investment deal, let me call it. Obviously, they have been trying to agree on this for since 2013, 2014, 15 maybe, if not mistaken. 14, I think, is the right one, yeah. And have finally decided to proceed, to push ahead. I think the situation is where also, a lot of the stumbling blocks that China wasn't really giving in about, they seem now to be more soft, taking a different stance, taking, of course, into account how the situation with the US has unrolled over the past few years. Now, this is going, of course, to be some sort of strain for Biden coming in. Is going to complicate the situation, adding some friction a bit, but it's good news for the EU, is good news for China. Now, talking about EU, we've also had a lot of countries administering the first vaccinations. So all the 27 member states have actually the Pfizer vaccination delivered over the weekend. Some of them had already started vaccinations. Some continue vaccinating people as we speak, and this is adding a little bit of an optimistic view. One would assume. While the case for the UK has been a bit different, because well, this is where the new strain originated, and it seems that a dozen of countries now have actually banned travel from the UK. So we might see a little bit of lag on pound, but don't forget, the dollar is likely to remain weak for the short term. So we're going to have a quick look on euro dollar, pound dollar, as well as the dollar yen, and then for the day. And then tomorrow we're going to go on to our favorites, gold and oil. Okay. Now, starting with Euro USD, we've been in wave 5, yeah, of C, which I do see as a correction, and then I'm expecting more downside. I expect this to end around 125.70, 58. This is actually the minimum. Okay, the extension could a break of this could essentially take us anywhere above. Now that's it. 1, 2, 3, yeah, and I'm expecting wave 4 to end. Now, since we've done this impulse to the upside, I want to call this a wave 3, as we did last time. We're expecting a correction here, even from last time, because we saw this signal on the RSI and MACD coming through. Saw some sort of decline over here, and I see then a continuation now. It looks like a sideways market, and to be honest, due to its structure, I believe we're going to have a flat over here, right? And taking into account that this pullback was not really a good retracement, we haven't seen actually a good retracement since the lows, right? I think it's going to be an expanded flat. Okay, so if we get expanded flat, we're indeed going to continue moving higher. So we're going to have that's an ABC with A, B, and with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, maybe an ending diagonal, right? We're going to get B finishing here around 123.29, and then we're going to go down for wave C, 5-wave impulse around 120.34. This is the main scenario, at least I see at the moment. Dollar against yen, more downside coming in, but we might see prices moving up before we see the prices moving down to the target of 101.15. This is the target I am looking at, right? So as you recall, we're looking at this as a triple zigzag down here, right? So we are in the last wave, in the last Z wave. We've done waves I. I'm expecting now wave B to finish and then wave C. Now that said, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and I see an A, I see a B, and I'm gonna see a C. This is what at least I'm expecting, right? Now we've got the A. B looks like it might be a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 over here, like a triangle, and this is 1 and this is 2. We're gonna see 3, 4 and 5. Once we get a nice signal here, because I'm expecting the RSI to move a little bit higher to get a nice hidden divergence over here between prices and the RSI, then we'll be expecting price to start moving lower. Now I expect a similar sort of scenario on momentum, but momentum is very slow in either case. So I will be actually paying attention to the RSI more than the MACD at this particular stage, okay? And then quickly on pound, we called this as the last wave Z last week, right? We were expecting a double zigzag here. Since we had this move down up here, then we turned into a zigzag, a triple zigzag. Now this is a running flat, and this is the last move to the upside. Okay, it could be an A, B, and a C. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, it's possible. Now there is no particular signals on the RSI on the MACD, apart from the ones we've already seen coming through, right? Which usually now that would mean that, you know, prices might remain around this area for a while, and that area would be for me 132.98 and 136.25. But the reality is that I am actually at this stage, and if we want to take this as a consideration as a Z wave, then I'm more favoring the upside in this particular market rather than the downside. Now there is also a potential, there's potential that this wave X is going to come down here, which in that scenario would mean that this is an ABC, there will be a W, we'll get an X and we'll get a Y for an X, yes, and then we're going to get the Z. This is also very possible, and it's possible because I'm looking at the structure of the previous waves, right? So the W, the X, the Y, and this X is very small compared to those previous waves. So for that reason, it would be possible that this is a W, X, and Y complex actually correction in wave X, okay? With the first wave being an expanded, running flat, second wave, a simple ABC over here, and then we're gonna get another ABC down here for wave X, but I don't see prices moving below the 132.50. This will be all for the day. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, click the like button. If you have a comment, do not hesitate to comment, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you, and we'll speak again tomorrow.